mwenye hataki maendeleo. Wakati rais na kinara wa ODM mzee wetu Raila Odinga, watu walikaa chini na wakakubaliana, wakasema tufanye kazi na tuunganishe nchi. Shida, unajua brokers wako kila mahali.
Alright guys, I've begun my video with a short preview video of Oscar Sudi giving some warnings to Sifuna. It seems the center can no longer hold because the broad-based government is between a rock and a hard place. One party is pulling away from the broad-based government while the other party is pushing that they may maintain the unity until 2027 general election. So this is the focus of this video. I'm going to play that full clip of this particular video of Oscar Sudi shortly, so stay tuned. And if it is your first time on my channel, could you kindly just spare a moment of your time and hit that subscription button and put on a notification bell as well, so that when I do subsequent videos you'll not miss out. Welcome guys. Is Edwin Sifuna being fattened for slaughter? That's a question so many Kenyans are asking, because the talk of the town for the last 3 days has been Edwin Sifuna. The remarks that he made that President William Samoei Ruto should be gone like yesterday. It seems the remarks has rubbed so many people in a wrong way. Let's listen to Oscar Sudi first.
Ule mtu mwenye hataki maendeleo. Wakati rais na kinara wa ODM mzee wetu Raila Odinga, watu walikaa chini na wakakubaliana, wakasema tufanye kazi na tuunganishe nchi. Shida, unajua brokers wako kila mahali. Najua Sifuna anakasirika sana kwa sababu hakuwekwa kwa hiyo panel ya kukutanisha watu, au kuwa na panel pale. Sifuna ni rais mwenyewe, waliongea na Raila Odinga na wakakubaliana in very simple terms ya kwamba washikanishe inji na waunganishe inji. Lakini najua uliuliza milioni 300 ili utuunge mkono. Mimi nataka nikwambie Sifuna, hatuwezi kukupea hata ndururu. Hiyo pesa tutajenga naye barabara ya huko kwenu. Hii utapeli na brokers wenye waisi kujifunza kazi ya kufanya kazi ya tenda ama kutengeneza barabara ama kuuza sukuma ama kuuza makaa. Unataka ukae Nairobi uongee Kiingereza mingi hapo na upewe milioni 300. Hiyo haiwezekani. Nataka nikwambie Sifuna, utashangaa. Utapiga kelele kwa hiyo TV, utapiga kelele kwa chukua, lakini broad based ni ya maana na ni ya muhimu katika nchi yetu. Na sisi wote tunaunga hiyo broad based. So kama wewe uko na ubroka yako, enda tafuta Kashagwa. Mwende mfanye harambee huko Amerika, mfanye nini huko, mtafute pesa kwa wajinga, lakini watu werefu wote wako kwa broad based na tutashikana tufanye kazi kwa pamoja. Anaone ile biga bora. Unaona hapa? Ndio niketi. Nataka sasa niite, najua atujepatia MCS. Go in Deputy Speaker.
My observation from the fight between the two opposing sides in the Kenya Kwanza government is that this is a marriage that was built on the sand, or this is a house that is built on the sand, and when the storm arises, it might fall with a loud thud anytime soon. Why am I saying so? Because whenever I hear this, mostly the brigades from either side speaking, it's like they were forced to come together. Remember, these were two parties that were holding contrary opinion. ODM had its own manifesto, and they used to call each other unpalatable names. They could say that bottom up. In fact, bottom up agenda was transformed to bottoms up. It was given such a bad name, and that tells you that they abhor, they hated the manifesto of the either part. On the other hand, the president side, that's the Kenya Kwanza side, had its own opinion against the ODM side or the Azimio wing side, and they said these are guys that have nothing new to tell Kenyans. These are guys that have been in politics for so long, and they have nothing new to tell Kenyans. So it is two opposing side, two contrast side that has very opposite ideologies were forced to come together because of the Gen Z. Remember, if it were not the Gen Z's demos, these two sides would not be working together. They could still be out there calling each other names, but because of the demo and what they termed as bringing the country together or stabilizing the country, is when a young child by the name broad-based government was formed. So this tells you that these guys did not have a similar direction or did not have a similar ideologies. They were just forced together by circumstances. And that is why Edwin Sifuna, the Edwin Sifuna we know, is a firebrand politician, a politician who speaks his mind without fear of contradiction, without being mercy or being merciless, so to speak. He's always merciless to the government, and he's good at attacking. Remember, some years back, Sifuna was on the front line attacking the government, and even early this year, he could appear to so many TV stations making an attack before the signing of this pact that brought together the two formations that I'm talking about. Sifuna would attack and attack and attack. So bringing down Sifuna and trying to convert him to become someone that he's not is proving to be a challenge. And something interesting plays out because Agwambo is silent in all this. Remember, so many people expected in meeting today that Agwambo would chastise and criticize Sifuna, but apparently Agwambo remained mum, and he said Sifuna has a right to speak his mind. That tells you that could this guy be speaking with the blessings of Agwambo? Because it's not really possible to speak so vibrantly and so strongly against the government, the very government that Agwambo claims to be supporting. So it begs a lot of questions. But that aside, the reason I'm saying that this marriage is built on the sand, and when the storm arises, it can crumble anytime. It's because of the ideologies. The two formations have contrary ideologies. ODM is believed to be a pro-people government until when they signed this pact, is when Kenyans termed it as betrayal. So many Kenyans were so hurt with what they did, so they termed it as betrayal. But before that, it was deemed as a pro-people government. And bringing these two guys together tells you a lot. It tells you that the two formations doesn't share any ideologies. They were just brought together by a force. One thing Sifuna knows and understands very well, he understands that Kenya Kwanza needs Agwambo more than Agwambo needs them. In other words, Kenya Kwanza needs ODM than the way ODM needs them. That's why the guy has decided to hold them by their balls, and it seems it's working, because when you see characters like Sudi coming out and saying that what they've just said right now, it seems that his words have hit home, and there is so much disquiet. It's just a matter of time before it reaches a boiling point, and perhaps they call it quit. We await and see what is going to transpire in the next few days, but I'll be here to analyze every move and every word of politician from either side and put everything into perspective. If it is your first time on my channel, guys, could you kindly just spare a moment of your time and hit that subscription button before you sign out. Also put on a notification bell as well, so that when I do subsequent videos, you'll not miss out. Adios.